Bitcoin surge triggers billions in losses for crypto traders after Trump wins. Short sellers are getting absolutely crushed, suffering heavy losses as Bitcoin soars. In fact, in the past 24 hours, over $90 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. And this is before the price hit its all-time highs, so even more shorts are getting absolutely pummeled. It's not just Bitcoin that's cooking short sellers, and we're going to talk about that, but I want to give all of the crypto investors a crypto warning, a forewarning. The balance for Bitcoin on exchanges just hit an all-time low. Now, what does this mean? It means a supply shock is likely coming. A supply shock is going to cause a drastic change in the price, and in my opinion, it's likely to be to the upside. If the Federal Reserve stockpiling Bitcoin ends up going through and they end up buying Bitcoin every now and then to stack up a reserve of Bitcoin, and it's already at an all-time low on exchanges, this is going to cause insane price shock, but in a positive way. This means that if the Federal Reserve is mandatory buying Bitcoin, but everybody is already holding it, then demand is going to go absolutely insane. I also want to let you know one more thing. We called out these price targets on Bitcoin. One to come up to about 78, 79K. That got hit. Our second price target, 84K, which we called out last night, and we hit it this morning. In fact, on top of that, I had a dream Bitcoin was at 88K. Will that come to fruition? Well, let's talk about it. 84,579 right now, Bitcoin up 5%. Is it going to continue to rise? I'm going to tell you right now, be weary of a potential pullback at these levels. And if we see a pullback that could bring you back all the way to 79K, to panic some paper handers who hold this and potentially wick us down to about 76K. If Bitcoin doesn't see a dramatic pullback, then you're going to see an even more of a melt up, something that you probably haven't seen in 2021, which was one of the easiest times to make money in the market. It's probably going to be much crazier than that if we do not see a pullback here. Overall, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Next level being 103,500. If Bitcoin breaks out from this level, we could see a little bit of a resistance at 86 and 88K, but overall, based on how hard this momentum is pushing Bitcoin, we're likely to smash right through that resistance if Bitcoin gets that another leg up, 103,500. And 100,000 will be an insanely psychological level for anybody holding Bitcoin, so you're definitely, in my opinion, going to see a pullback at that level. And if you don't, or if you see a slight pullback and then continue higher, obviously next price target is 122. Now, MicroStrategy even bought another 27,200 Bitcoin worth about $2 billion and is up over $10.5 billion in profit on that. And $725 billion asset manager Bernstein urges investors to add exposure to Bitcoin and crypto as soon as possible, clearly knowing something that the average investor doesn't. We also called out several price targets for Dogecoin that got hit 19 cents, 22 cents, 29 cents, which got hit last night. And today, Dogecoin is trading up about 31, 32 cents, trying to fight resistance up here. Next level is 42 cents. If Bitcoin ends up coming up to that 103.5K, Dogecoin coming right up to 42 cents in my opinion. And ultimately, Dogecoin looks like it is going to run even further. Momentum on this thing is absolutely insane. Dogecoin and Tesla tied to Elon Musk tied to Trump. Everything across the board with these ties is just going to run. In fact, hedge funds shorting Tesla lost more than $5.2 billion, and that's just the beginning. Tesla was one of the most shorted stocks in the market, and you can see what it's doing. We'll talk about the charts later in the video. Before we get into GameStop, a couple quick things. Financial Trade Group calls on SEC Chair Gensler to immediately step down. Roaring Kitty's timeline is next up. We had the eyes, okay? Then we had the dog. We had his eyes on June 17th, and then we had the dog. What happened on June 17th? We saw this mega drop in the chart, and then this pattern play out, which is very similar to where we're trading at right now during this mini melt up. The difference, what we see now is we had the election, and then you have more eyes and then fire, okay? So between these timelines, election just happened, you have eyes and fire, which is likely to be a melt up phase, which is what you're seeing across the board. Be weary, after the melt up phase is likely a crash, and then he's out. He basically let us know how to make a ton of money, and ultimately, if you're missing some plays on the way up right now, don't be afraid to play them on the way down. Nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Now, GameStop call premiums are already over $3 million for the day, and we haven't even gotten a catalyst. In fact, I was one of those purchasing call premiums back on Friday, so I got in early, but not only me, Discord members. The Discord fam, we jumped in on Friday on GameStop calls. I have the receipts right here, made a nice little gain on those, and are still holding some. So if you're not in the Discord, it's in the top of the description. Come talk with me, come talk with the most amazing people. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. GameStop is up 5.23%, trading at $26.18. Getting this breakout above 25, building a candle on 25 is so bullish for GameStop. And in my opinion, overnight hours tonight, after hours tonight, you're likely to see 29 bucks on GameStop. We only got to a high of about $27, but I'm telling you tonight, I expect 29 to get hit on GameStop if this thing doesn't get stopped out. 29, 32.65, 35, 40, 46. And I don't think this is going to be a great melt up unless we see some high price targets getting hit. So overall, I'm hyped. I'm excited. If GameStop and AMC don't move in an environment like this, then they're likely not to move at all. So get ready to make some money. Another sprinkle on top, Ken Griffin's adding to Palantir. Even though it's extremely expensive, he's also donating millions of dollars to museums after political wins. Probably doing that money laundering thing again. Who knows? No allegations here. Just speculation. AMC's flat. There's not much to say about the charts. Truly, $4.27. It's under $4.35. I don't like it. Until something happens, I'm going to say this right now. Until something happens, nothing's happening. We are barcoding. And if they let this thing go, you're going to see sharp moves up, and you're going to see them very, very fast. This slow grind chop channel trade is nothing to pay attention to. I mean, take a look, for example, back here on May 13th, 14th, 15th, right? These insane moves, these insane spikes, bringing it from $2.96 up to $13, right? $12.50, whatever it was, $11 in the matter of 2 days. That's something that you're waiting for and anticipating for AMC, which you can't really time. We are in the point of interest, so you could see it any day now. Another thing for AMC, the box office is coming in solid, so that's another thing to see. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Wolf. We made money on it recently in the Discord, playing it down here, getting this spike higher, and now you're finding a retrace candle, even though we are up almost 3% still. Now, we tested major resistance right around $8.70. However, we also filled a major gap that was historically in the chart, and we closed above it, and we continued to trade above it. What does this mean? If Wolf has good earnings this week, because they do report, I'm likely to see $12.50. On top of that, Wolf is at 18.25% short interest, which is an insanely high short interest. And you can see that shorts are getting crushed across the board, so they may want to cover and get out of this. I also want to note, on the flip side, this could be very anticipated, very expected, and Wolf could take a nosedive back down to $6.50. It is a very, very risky trade, including RKT, which is trading at $15.93, basically flat on the day. However, holding a fib level here could come up to $17.25 or even $20 or even $24. They also report earnings this week and are sitting at a 14.3% short interest. And I remember this thing squeezing back in 2021. Correct me if I am wrong. Tesla got all the way up to $360, now trading at $337.18, up 5.28% on the day. This is a perfect stock for any day traders to flood into. Volatility is absolutely insane right now. I don't know how long this thing is going to run without seeing a pullback, at least down to 328, potentially 315, 295, and ultimately all the way back down to 260 or 267, right? Eventually, I think you're going to see that pullback. But if not, like if Bitcoin doesn't pull back, if Dogecoin doesn't pull back, if all of these plays do not pull back, then Tesla's coming up to 407, and it's going to have that sort of quote unquote Nvidia moment. And remember, it's hit that level before, so it's not out of the woods to hit that level. SPY finally getting a little bit of a rejection candle on the 4-hour time frame. We officially hit 600, now trading at 597.26. I don't care if this thing retraces back down to 592 before getting another leg up to 604. This is insanely bullish that we hit 600, and the fact that the 4-hour chart is even holding a candle at 596.90 is extremely bullish. It shows that the SPY does not need that much room to cool off. And if it does, again, watch these levels: 592, 590, 587, 90. Ultimately, next price target is 604.50 on SPY. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Again, if you're not in the Discord, I post my trades as soon as I enter them. But on top of that, there are dark pool trades that come through and give you alerts, insider trades that come through give you alerts, market news that comes through give you alerts, option sweep orders. We talk stocks, crypto. You can request videos from me. So much good stuff. So many benefits in the Discord. So get in there if you're not in. There's a link under the video for a free broker called Moomoo where you can get up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2 grand per stock. That's potential at 30 grand for doing absolutely nothing. Realistically, you're going to make what? Between $100 and $500 because they're not going to give you the most valuable stocks unless you get insanely lucky. Overall, it's free money. You open an account through my link and you deposit into your account to start earning these free stocks. You're also getting a potential $30 cash reward, earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Let me know who else does that. You got no one. They give you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges as a retail trader, and more. So an insanely good platform to use. Again, use the link, open an account, and make a deposit. And if you want my custom indicator that you can plug into your TradingView chart, help you trade, detect patterns, give you price targets, and forecast what the stock might do next, you can get it for 2 weeks for free. The link is in the description. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.